Yo, what is up everyone? Hope you're all having a great day. My name's Roo Kang and I'm here to bring you a small overview on the character Devil Jin in Tekken 8. So I've been playing Mishimas for a very long time, and you know, making the change from Bob to Devil Jin wasn't as difficult because of the kind of similar Mishima style traits that they both share. I've also used many different Mishimas in the past as well, so yeah, you know, I'll be using this character and hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a small insight into what Devil Jin does. But before we start, be sure to subscribe to DashFight for more character guides and check out their websites for all things FGC. Devil Jin is incredible in Tekken 8, and I hope this guide gives you a small insight into what Devil Jin can do. You know, Tekken 8 is a very aggressive game, and Devil Jin does it so well. His wave dash mechanic is incredible for like closing space, and also giving him a load of different options from the wave dash. It's crazy what he can do once he gets going, and once he has momentum, it's so difficult to stop him. So yeah, let's get into, you know, a few of the key moves that Devil Jin has. Super strong move, really fast, 10 frames as well. You know, it's really good for punishing the opponent when they do punishable moves, and it's also good to mix us up with 1-1, right? So 1-1 into sidestep, 1-1 into check what they do. It's really good, only -1 on block as well, but the 1-1-2 is launch punishable. But I've seen players, you know, let it rip a couple of times if you've got a read on the opponent's move. But yeah, 1-1 and 1-1-2 are moves that you should definitely be using. The next move I'd like to talk about is down forward 1. So this move isn't as strong as it was in Tekken 7. You know, they've increased the minus frames on block, and the follow-up as well is not as strong. So down forward 1-2, the second hit is actually a high, whereas before it was a mid. And again, that's a move that you should be using still to, you know, maybe close rounds out. It does a bit of damage, you know, not crazy amounts, but it definitely needs to be, you know, mixed up with, you know, down forward 1, down forward 4. You know, these are good round enders at the end when you want to play it safe. But again, they've kind of nerfed, you know, poking in this game. They don't really want you to poke. They really want you and are trying to encourage you to go in for mix-ups. You know, this move here, not as strong as before, but still definitely need to be used. You know, that's down forward 1, down forward 1-2 as well, even though it's high. The down 4, you know, for another poke option, and the down forward 4 as well to kind of end rounds. So on that note, just a quick thing with down 4. Just remember, guys, it is launch punishable, so just be careful when using it, because if your opponent blocks it, you're going to die for it if they're on point. And punish it correctly, they're going to probably do a full combo into Rage Art as well. So just be careful in those situations at the end of rounds. Another strong move that I want to talk about is forward 4-2. So this move here is one of Devil Jin's, you know, probably in my opinion, top 5 moves. Forward 4-2, really good mid. It tracks, you know, decently. It can still be sidestepped, but it is a heat engager, safe on block. You know, mid move. They're, you know, very strong for Devil Jin, and something that Devil Jin players, in my opinion, should really utilize and spam, you know, as much as possible, because it's no risk, nearly no risk, you know, apart from the if they move around it. So yeah, try to use this move as much as possible. Another move as well to use is back 4. Back 4 is a counter hit launcher for tremendous damage. So this is just, you know, a very basic mini combo. You know, you can definitely get more damage with that. And if you utilize heat as well, you can get enormous damage. But back 4, another move, you know, safe, no risk, can be sidestepped. But it's always good to throw out just in case your opponent presses buttons. So another move I want to talk out is down back 2. This move is used by so many Devil Jin players that I've watched in the past. Super strong, +3 on hit, and only -13 on block. So against certain characters, you need to be really careful. You know, Kazuya especially, this guy's going to get a huge launcher on you if it is blocked by your opponent. But, you know, other characters might only get a while standing 4 punish, or, you know, maybe a while standing 1-2. You know, it might not be as damaging, so it's a very good move to use. Tracks fairly well as well. So yeah, a move to definitely have at the back of your mind as well. Another move is forward 4. This move is crazy. Guys, counter hit launcher, it can be stepped quite easily, but if you're mixing it with wave dash, which I'll be talking about later on today, you know, you can realign and hit them with this. The amount of people that I've hit with this and that I've seen other Devil Jin players hit, is crazy. You know, it looks kind of weird as well. You know, it looks strange. It just kind of dives at you. But yeah, a move that you should be using. Again, a safe move. He has so many safe moves. You know, when trying to approach your opponent. I think it's only -6. I thought it was -8. But, you know, at -6, it means, you know, just stand there, let him take his turn. Or you could even try and challenge. You know, sometimes I've seen people do this into back three as well, which is another move that is really strong with Devil Jin. If someone is pressuring you with stance characters, this has saved my life so many times. A heat engager as well. And death on block, obviously. You know, if they block this, you're going to die. -18, -15 from that range. You know, the range dependent, but it is going to be launch. You know, if the opponent knows about it, they are gonna launch you for it. But it is a move to again have at the back of your head, just in case someone's pressuring you a bit too much. It's a good get out of jail free card. You know, if they're pressuring way too much against you, then back free, and then, you know, you can carry on your pressure there at +18, and you have so many different options from heat. Devil Jin's back forward 2-1 is really strong as well. You know, it has brilliant tracking. Even if they step the first hit, you know, the second hit will still most likely track. It's safe on block as well, and has a variety of different extensions that you can use, which are some, you know, mainly used in combos. But, you know, all the options have, you know, different properties, which I'll definitely talk about in another video for sure. But using back forward 2-1 is definitely important with Devil Jin. So before we move on to, you know, some of the wave dash mix-ups, I want to talk about the electric. Bro, this move is crazy. Guys in the chat, let me know what you think about the new electric animation, because I think it looks incredible. It looks so crazy and powerful, and the way he screams as well when he does it is really good. But, you know, electric is, you know, crazy for putting pressure on your opponent. You know, you can just approach them and just throw out an electric. If they block it, guys, if they block it, I believe we're at +5 on block. Let's see. Can't even do an electric anymore. Yeah, +5, guys. +5 on block, which means you can carry on your pressure. You know, sometimes I've seen players use it as a keep out as well. You know, if players try to run into you, you can just throw out an electric, and the worst thing that can happen to you is that they duck and launch. But even then, you need to be so on point, because it's such a fast move and really devastating damage if it does manage to hit. You're going to lose at least half bar, even potentially more, if it does hit you and launch you and the opponent uses their heat to combo you with this move. So wave dashing in this game with Devil Jin is super important. You know, something that I really advise newer players who are picking up Devil Jin is to really, you know, practice their wave dash. It does take a bit of time, and, you know, it's difficult to learn, but once you've got it down, it's super useful. And I know there's so many guides out there to help you lot with wave dashing. But from the wave dash, you know, again, the electric, which I was talking about before, this is something that comes out of the wave dash. Also, the hell sweep, which I want to talk about now. One of his most important moves to establish pressure, and a launching low for crazy damage. You know, this move here did take slightly more damage before, but there was a patch you know, recently, and now it does a bit less damage, but still a launching low is really good to have. You know, unseeable as well, launch punishable on block, but very good. He also has the other option here, which is wave dash 4-4. So this option here doesn't allow the opponent to recover any health. If you look above at the health bar, you know, no recoverable health, which is really important in Tekken 8. I feel like as time goes on, you know, people will start to understand the importance of this, because already I'm seeing that, you know, if I, for example, do, you know, this hell sweep into whatever combo, they will have some recoverable health, and, you know, all they need to do is hit me a couple of times, and then all of that will come back again. So having this move is really good, especially at the wall, you know, to put pressure on your opponents and to be at +4. So once the opponent starts to duck the hell sweep, you know, after you hit them a couple of times, they will tend to duck a lot more. They'll be open to all the mids, you know, from wave dash. You know, this move here, crouch dash 1+2, really strong, safe, and looks like a hell sweep, which is strange. He, you know, he turns. He has like a turning animation here. He spins around, right? You see that? So it looks like a hell sweep, and the amount of people that I've hit with this is crazy. And in heat, guys, in heat, it's even crazier because you have access to this move, which is gonna take loads of damage. So in heat, it's, you know, it's your choice. Die by the hell sweep, or die by this mid option for tremendous damage. So from Wave Dash, you also have Crouch Dash 3, which is a really good move as well. It launches on normal hit, which is crazy. It can be sidestepped, but you know, Devil Jin has this, which I spoke about before. So if you notice that your opponent is sidestepping a lot, then you know you can catch them with this. If they start to respect and stand still, you know, you have the hell sweep, you have the Crouch Dash 3 as well, you have the electric to put more pressure on them. You know, you have forward 2 from Wave Dash as well, which puts even more forward 4 as well. So, you know, these moves can be utilized alongside the Wave Dash for tremendous damage. So I think something that you guys have been waiting for me to speak about is the Morning Crow stance. So in order to get into this, you know, you press forward 3 and he goes into stance and has access to so many different things. You know, he can close the gap from here. Say, for example, you're playing at this range here and I want to, you know, get in, bam, Morning Crow into, you know, into 2 or into Morning Crow 1. Morning Crow 1 is actually +8 on block, but it can be sidestepped. You know, a lot of players are using up forward 1 in order to get into Morning Crow, but you need to be careful because people will jab you out of the Morning Crow 1 and also are able to sidestep you and punish you in the back. So really be careful when using that now. If you find that your opponent is jabbing and is, you know, going for sidestep after up forward 1 into Morning Crow, you do have the option of doing this move here, which is a heat engager, and I've caught so many people with this move. It's actually quite crazy. But yeah, it's very strong. The Morning Crow 2-1. Sorry, Morning Crow 2-2. It does tremendous damage. You can also carry it on, you know, your combo after this as well. So just, you know, bear in mind the mix-up here, which is super, I believe, in your favor. -14 on block. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. You know, you can die to this move, but it is in your favor, and you know, the opponent will definitely be scared and sometimes not even sidestep the Morning Crow 1 option, which means you can put more pressure on the opponent. Another good thing about this is Morning Crow 3. So Morning Crow 3 is really good after, you know, 1-1-2, for example. You know, if they try to sidestep this, they're going to get hit. If they stay on the ground, they get hit. If they sidestep block, then, you know, it'll hit them, but you'll be at -7. But if they try to, you know, sidestep into a button, yeah, this is going to hit for really nice damage as well. It's also after the back 1-2. Back 1-2 here puts you at a range where, you know, using Morning Crow into this is another good option. But yeah, Morning Crow is really important. You should really utilize it in your game, and I'll definitely be looking to speak more about this, you know, in future guides for Devil Jin in Tekken 8. So now let's talk a little bit about Devil Jin in heat. When he's in heat, he has access to some really crazy stuff. You know, Crouch Dash 1+2, which we spoke about before, becomes a launcher in heat. He also has access to up forward 3+4, 1+2. This is huge damage, and I've used this as a whiff punisher in the past as well. 48 damage, incredible move. It is -15, I believe, but because of the pushback, it makes it safe. So look, so because of the pushback, you know, it's going to be very difficult for characters to punish. You know, feel free to explore with your own characters to see if you can punish that move. But you know, for the most part, I don't think I've ever been punished for using this move. So his electric is also great to use when in heat. You know, instead of having to input the regular, you know, input to do the electric, all you need to do is do a regular wave dash and it comes out like this. So this is really important because, you know, some days you might not feel on point with punishing with electrics, but, you know, if they whiff even the slightest move, Devil Jin players will be ready with this slow electric in order to, you know, catch them and launch them for crazy, crazy damage. So another move to definitely utilize once in heat. So now let's talk about Devil Jin's heat smashes. So Devil Jin has access to 2 different heat smashes whilst in heat. This one here is crazy, guys. You know, it tracks so well. The amount of people that I've hit from like this range is mental. You know, all they're doing is either stepping or, you know, looking for something, pressing a jab or something, and then bam, they lose 52 damage. But just moving, basically. So really good to use. And even on block, it goes into the Morning Crow stance as well. So you can carry on your offense in that regards as well. So here, for example, it's going to block it, bam, and then you can carry on your offense there. His second one is also really, really strong as well. So all you need to do is do Morning Crow and then the Heat Smash. And that's what happens there. You lose 39 damage. You know, people don't want to duck really when he goes into Morning Crow. But in this situation, it is a 50-50, you know. Either get hit by the unbreakable grab hit, right? Or get hit by this move here. And in heat, this becomes a launcher. So, you know, guess for your life, bro. So some more moves that you might want to explore with yourselves. You know, there's so much to talk about with Devil Jin, but we haven't got infinite time here. I wish we did, so we could speak about Devil Jin all day. But a few other moves that are really good. Down back 1+2, super strong. You know, if they block this, you get a guaranteed 1-1-2. It's a guaranteed 10 frame on block. So if you charge it, it does this, and then 1-1-2, which is really good. Another move which I didn't speak about as much, you know, up forward 3, good as well, you know, +3 can be sidestepped, but something again to apply more pressure to your opponents. Another move, down forward 2, you know, is being changed. Again, if you want to explore with this move, you can. -9 now, doesn't launch, but allows you to go into Morning Crow for a, you know, mix up here. So a lot of different moves to explore for you guys. Let me know in the comments below. You know, let me know if you want in my DMs, you know, on Twitter, Rookang1. If you have, you know, any tech with Devil Jin or anything you find out, it'll be super interesting to know. So the final thing I want to talk about before we go on to some really basic combos is his grab game. You know, up forward 1+2. You can also do it by doing forward 1+2 as well. It's really strong. Wall splats. You know, you've got his laser throw as well. You know, he has a grab for everything. You know, you have to actually break by clicking 1 and 2 and 1+2. So these moves here are not generic grabs. You know, these, you know, you have to use the right button to break them. So yeah, guys, make sure to be careful and learn, you know, to throw break in this game, because Devil Jin is going to throw you to death if you do not know how to break these grabs. So in terms of punishment, Devil Jin does really well with his while standing punishes and standing punishes. So if he blocks anything that's -10, you know, you get a nice 1-1-2 into, you know, Oki with Morning Crow. If it's -12, you get back 1-2, which is, again, similar to 1-1-2, where it pushes them really far back, kind of forcing you to use the Morning Crow there to close the gap. And then if it's -15 or higher, you know, the can-cans are always there for huge damage. In terms of while standing moves, his while standing 4-4 is crazy now. +4 on hit, which is great. Before, you know, the Mishima while standing 4-4s were always -4 or -5 on hit. So yeah, it's great to have this addition in the game with while standing 4-4 for anything that's -11 or lower. And he has his while standing 2, which I didn't talk about before because, yeah, you know, there wasn't enough time. But another very, very strong move, tracks to his weak side, and also punishing, you know, anything that's -15, you know, that anyone does against Devil Jin. So yeah, that's his punishment options, in my opinion. You know, again, very basic punishment. There are, you know, other stuff that you can do in certain situations, but that is, you know, a kind of overview of his punishment. Overall, I feel like Devil Jin is a really strong character in Tekken 8. He has all the tools needed to make crazy comebacks and can put so much pressure on your opponent with his hell sweeps and forward 2 and all the other mid options that it can be really suffocating for them to play against. So yeah, guys, you know, Devil Jin, make sure to pick him up. He does require some level of execution. You know, if you were to go to a tournament or something, you know, if your Devil Jin's, you know, movement and execution is not on point, then it's going to be very, very difficult to win. You need to find a balance between offense and defense with this character, and that's probably what makes him very, very hard. But yeah, guys, you can also check out all things shown in this video in the text version via the link in the description. And if you like this video, please leave a like or comment below with your thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the Tekken 8 Devil Jin overview.